Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to SUTV News. I'm Hannah Clove.
And I'm Tessa Cheshire.
A manufacturing plant caught fire in Cedar City on the morning of February 10th. Fire departments were alerted about a massive fire at the Nurico LLC building, and when authorities arrived, the three-story building was completely engulfed in flames and smoke.
The New Year's in the Student Center, finding it filled with friends, food, and fun decorations. Whether reading their fortune in cookies or trying out new types of candy, everyone had a good time learning how to celebrate the new year. Clubs put on different events for many different reasons, but they're always a load of fun. This week, the Latine Student Alliance is putting together a Valentine's dance mix and mingle. Tomorrow evening from 5 to 7 p.m., students can gather in the ballroom to learn dances, take photos, and of course have some delicious food. Formal wear is encouraged, but all are welcome. Stay tuned to hear about TDIA's production of The Secret Garden and the new sushi restaurant Kabuto that recently opened in Cedar City.
This is SUTV, and we will be right back after the break.
Joining me today to help illustrate the critical importance of contacting 811 before you dig is my alter ego, Micro. Can you hear me down there?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I am not having a good time.
Oh, what's the problem, little buddy? Well, for starters, I'm in a sewer. Yeah, been there, done that.
Something's wrong down here. Hey, wait, whoa.
Oh yeah, that's just another guy who started to dig before he called 811.
You smell that?
For SU students to try.
What I loved about coming to Kabuto's today was everything, especially the flavor of the food, because everything we tried was scrumptious. Yep.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, Kabuto's had the best miso soup I've ever tried. Probably the best sushi roll I've ever had. Everything about it was so fresh. It was so tasty. 10 out of 10 would come back.
We will be coming back.
I had the dragon roll, and it was so delicious. It had eel and crab, and then I had a California roll I shared with a friend. So like the portion sizes are really good if you want to share. So that'd be a great idea for a date night. With SUTV, this is Caitlin Bonnet.
Hypnotist Chris Jones performed for SU students recently, and our reporter Brooklyn Beard has an inside look.
Last month, hypnotist Chris Jones made the trek from Chicago, Illinois to small-town Cedar City to perform for students at Southern Utah University. Students chosen from the audience had the opportunity to be hypnotized and experience spontaneous dance parties, hiding evidence from imaginary cops, reading minds, meeting fake celebrity crushes, and becoming superheroes. Whether participating or watching their friends fall into a trance, students had a blast, and many claim that their views have changed and they now believe hypnotism to be real thanks to Chris.
It was sick. I had doubts going into it, and I still think a lot of it is just it's obviously a mental thing, but like seeing it in person and on such a wide scale, crazy, especially since I knew some of the people. At one point, he tried to convince a girl that I was her celebrity crush, and she believed it up until I got really close, and then she changed her mind on her favorite food, and then she became repulsed.
I feel like I believe in this stuff, but it's like also like, oh, that would never happen to me, you know? But like since it happened to someone that I know so well, like I'd say I know her like the best out of anyone out of SU. So it's like, it made it a lot more believable for me.
Chris has been practicing hypnotism for years and has had the opportunity to perform on America's Got Talent and work on celebrities such as Howie Mandel and John Cena. After the show, I was able to steal Chris away and learn more about the man behind the hypnotism.
I loved magic, but I wasn't a very good magician because I would tell the secrets. And with hypnosis, there's no secret. So when I was in grad school, I read every book that I could. I wrote my thesis on hypnosis. And after working at university for X number of years, I said I'm going to be a traveling hypnotist. And now it's 2025. It's been 15 years, and I love it still. I love interacting with people. I love when people are saying, oh, I thought it was fake. I love when they say, I saw another hypnotist, but this one was better. I'm very greedy. That's probably the best thing when they're like, oh, I came in here, but then I got hypnotized, or my friend got hypnotized. That's the best thing. Just ask more questions, if-then questions. You don't believe anyone can be hypnotized? Out of 7 or 8 billion people, no one? I don't mind if we're skeptical. I encourage us to question things. But if you ask more questions and listen to those answers, we might obtain more knowledge.
For SUTV News, I'm Brooklyn Beard.
This Friday, TDAA will be opening their first show of the semester, The Secret Garden. Here's Tessa Cheshire with the story.
SUU's Department of Theater, Dance, and Arts Administration will be opening their first show of the semester on Valentine's Day. The Secret Garden, based on the 1911 book by Frances Hodgson Burnett, tells a story of grief, family, and hope.
I hope that they learn that grief is an ever-evolving process and that it takes time and you have to continue to hold out hope for a better future.
The Secret Garden, which is directed by SUU Professor Lisa Caressimo, choreographed by Professor Nancy Dobbs-Owens, and music directed by resident accompanist Andrew Flash, follows a young girl named Mary Lennox, who must move to Yorkshire, England after the death of her parents, Albert and Rose. She moves into Misselthwaite, a manor owned by her Aunt Lily's widower, the brooding Archibald Craven. During her time there, Mary and the other young residents of the manor bring life back to a neglected garden and ultimately to the residents of the manor itself. Rehearsals for Secret Garden began last semester in order to give the cast and crew enough time to fully prepare for the show. After blocking and choreographing the show, as well as learning the music, the cast entered run-throughs, polishing the show as best they could before moving into the Randall L. Jones Theater. Upon moving into the theater, the cast began working on spacing out the show in the actual space and figuring out the less enjoyable details such as where each set piece and prop needs to go. Despite the slight tedium, the cast has still been filled with enthusiasm and have been dedicated to the show.
It's been really fun working on the show, and I love this cast so much. We all get along so well, and I think especially all of our music rehearsals and like ensemble numbers have been so fun to work on just because everyone's giving it their all.
The Secret Garden opens in the Randall L. Jones Theater on February 14th, with performances the 14th, 15th, 20th, and 21st at 7:30 p.m., and February 15th and 22nd at 2 p.m. The show is free to any SUU student who has paid all of their student fees. All they have to do is show their ID to get in. To learn more, visit SUU TDAA on Instagram. For SUTV News, I'm Tessa Cheshire.
That's better.
Yay! Can I say something a little embarrassing?
Yes, of course.
I've never read The Secret Garden. I started it, but I never finished.
Neither have I. I've seen the show, but I have not read the book. But I'm really excited to see this production. They've been working really hard on it. And I don't think the book knowledge is necessary. From my understanding, the musical is like a pretty decent departure from the book because the book came out so long ago.
It sounds awesome. I'll make sure to check it out. Coming up, we will let you know how to plan for the weather in the days ahead.
Stick around. We'll be right back after the break.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Jason, let's go see your room. What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go.
Excellent. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family.
Yeah!
Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
Hope you're having a great Tuesday. I'm Hannah Clove with the weather. It's been warmer the past few days, but let's take a look at the forecast for the week. So today is a high of 36, so it's getting a little chillier with a low of 24. And those warm temps come back tomorrow with a high of 48 and a little, like, it's partly cloudy, but after that, Thursday and Friday, there's a 20% chance of snow, which will hopefully bring our snowpack back up. We're looking pretty low this year, but it looks like our dry January is turning into a dry February. And then this weekend, it's going to be pretty cold still. It's going to be partly cloudy. But then it's a high of 40 on Monday, so it's warming up a little bit, but you'll still need a coat. And then don't forget that Thunder 91 are doing radiograms. Let me step out of the way for you so you can scan this QR code. So you can fill out this form and send out a shout out to your Valentine and even have the DJ play their favorite song. This is such a perfect gift for your loved one. And if you're still looking for a date idea this Valentine's Day, check out the Valentine's Spring Swing Thing by the Department of Music here at SUU. There will be a jazz instructor to teach you swing dancing, and it's free to all students. So try something new this Valentine's and learn how to dance. And that's all I have for you today. I'm Hannah Clove with the weather. Have a great week, T-Birds.
Thanks, Hannah. After the break, stay tuned to hear about the most recent Super Bowl and SUU's local gymnastics and basketball teams. We'll see you soon.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Big or small, life is a collection of defining moments. And at Southern Utah University, these moments happen all the time. This is where you find your people, where new friends become like family, where you face challenges with confidence, knowing you have a supportive community cheering you on. These moments are more than just memories. They define who you are and who you will become. This is where you soar. See your future at suu.edu.
Hi, I'm Ben Polish with your favorite part of the day. It's time for SUTV Sports. Well, everybody, this was actually my first time watching the Super Bowl, and what a game it was. With a controversial halftime show by Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA, Samuel L. Jackson, and Serena Williams, fans got quite the treat. Some highlights from the game: the rookie Cooper DeJean had a pick six to score a touchdown. This was his first NFL interception, and it just so happened to be on his birthday. During the game, Patrick Mahomes was also sacked the most since his days in college football. If you haven't had the chance to see it, I recommend going back and checking out this momentous game, maybe without the commercials. For local sports news, SUU Gymnastics won their second meet in a row yesterday, February 10th. It's also the second consecutive week that gymnastics has earned the conference's weekly honors. Brinley Christensen had the high score of the night with a 9.925 on the floor exercise. The Flippin' Birds set a new season high with a score of 196. SUU men's basketball lost to Abilene Christian University on Saturday, February 8th. The game started off slow for the T-Birds, but that didn't stop Brock Felder from scoring 6 points, having 10 rebounds, and blocking 5 shots. This loss had dropped to win on Thursday when they are back in the AFEC to play against Utah Tech. SUU women's basketball team lost against California Baptist University on Thursday, February 6th. The game started off strong for the T-Birds, but in the third quarter, the Lancers stole the lead. The T-Birds had a great comeback for the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough to push them over the top and win, ending the game at 69-66 CBU. Once again, I'm Ben Polish. Thanks for tuning in to SUTV Sports. Back to Tessa and Hannah.
Thanks, Ben. Coming up next, we have a recap of speed friendshipping in SUU study abroad programs.
We'll return.
Why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
The Student Involvement and Leadership Center is starting some new activities this month. Here's Ben Polish with more.
2 more rounds after this, so make it count.
The SUU campus has a new activity around. T-Bird Chit Chat Speed Friending is just like it sounds, making new friends in a speed dating style setting. Kaylee Melessa, a psychology and communications major, gives her opinion on speed friending.
I think just meeting new people. A lot of people just really wanted to connect and figure out like what other people wanted like to do, and just like a friendship kind of like speed dating type way, and it was super cool to get to know new people.
Go! 4 new friends!
Students swapped seats throughout the night, talking with new people each time, while also competing to win prizes.
Jonah! Is it Jonah? Jonah! Yay!
Although there aren't many activities made strictly to meet new people, Heather Garcia is optimistic in the future.
We've noticed that a lot of students are struggling to make friends, and they're coming to these like big events like casino night or basketball games, and there's not really like a way to have intimate moments to like meet people, and so we just wanted to try speed friending so they could try to meet as many people as they want.
Canal!
T-Bird Chit Chats will be once a week during February, and with success, it will continue into future months.
Find someone who's wearing the same colored shirt as you are.
In other news, one of our journalists has an inside look on upcoming international programs SUU students are preparing for.
During SUU's spring break in March, and then later after graduation in May, SUU students are looking forward to participating in short-term study abroad programs in various countries around the world. Students have the opportunity to experience new cultures, eat new foods, and learn new skills through a hands-on curriculum. Teachers are recruited to manage the trips and organize the students. One of these professors is Hayden Coombs.
There's just so much to be gained by experiencing other cultures and visiting other countries. You don't really know what it's like anyplace else if you've never been anywhere else, right? And it's one thing to travel like city to city, that you can see huge differences in the culture and the way people live, but it is like truly mind-blowing to go visit some really cool way the SCU is able to help students kind of gain wisdom and knowledge outside of the classroom, outside of their curriculum and everything. So absolutely totally worth it. Something that I highly recommend to all students.
Though the window to sign up for the trips has already closed, there are still plenty of opportunities to get involved with similar activities through the SUU Study Abroad offices. This is SUTV. I'm Caden Wigman.
Those international trips look amazing. Tell me about your London trip that you took with SUU.
Yes, I went to London last summer. It was a theater and arts administration trip. So we got to see a ton of incredible live theater on the West End, professional theater, and go to a ton of museums. I got to see Van Gogh paintings in person, which was one of the most emotional experiences of my life. It was so fun. I wish I could go 10 more times.
It was awesome. I'm thinking about doing a Paris study abroad in a couple years. It's so nice with SU because your tuition is covered with a lot of schools. So it sounds so incredible. And all the art museums in Paris too. I cannot wait for the possibility. It's awesome.
I hope you get the opportunity to go on that trip.
Me too. We'll be back with news about the Red Riot event happening at SU and the new change.
No. I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Ryan.
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Hey, I'm Mike Rowe, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Red Riot season has begun. Here's a closer look at one of the first Red Riots of the year.
It's Red Riot season. High schoolers looking for a chance to experience college come to SUU for a weekend at a time to take in the campus.
So it depends on the Red Riot, but every Red Riot there's a different theme. So the last one we had, it was like a back to the past kind of deal. So we had like 80s themes, laser tag, lava lamps, fun like childhood games that you had.
Juniors and seniors from all over have the chance to stay overnight in the dorms and play games, sing karaoke, make sand jars, and dance. Red Riot is run by student ambassadors and is often filled with laughter and new friendships.
My favorite part is probably, I don't know, just how many people I get to meet, how many different things I get to experience. It's a great program.
For SUTV News, I'm Hannah Clove.
Students working as audiovisual technicians on SUU campus are seeing some changes to their system this semester. Here's Rory Quill with the story.
Along with the hiring of several new employees, students working as audiovisual technicians are also seeing changes in procedure and training. While some are looking forward to having everything laid out clearly,
I'm really glad that we're having like a whole discussion about things we need to change, because I think we've just fallen behind on a lot of stuff.
Others are more cautious about the system receiving a shakeup.
I had a meeting with our boss,
before the meeting that the whole team had. So I have basically made my recommendations. I think some of them went through.
Among the ideas in consideration is a new inventory system. Student technicians would have to scan their equipment into the system as they both set up and tear down events. It seems like a good way to keep track of the equipment, but there is concern that it might cause delays if the system doesn't work efficiently. For SUTV News, I'm Rory Quill.
So as you mentioned in your little weather segment, which you got to do today, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yes, and I'm so excited. I love Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I love Galentine's Day, maybe I should say, because I love making treats for people. So I have like a whole list of like cake pops I want to make for everyone. It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah, I'm honestly not super big on Valentine's Day. I've had some bad Valentine's Day experiences in my time, as have both of my sisters. So it's just like Valentine's Day is kind of cursed for the Cheshire girls. But I'm gonna go see opening of Secret Garden, so that'll be my Valentine's Day.
That'll be awesome. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the show this week. To you SU students out there, good luck with your studies.
Have a safe and fun winter season. Thanks for tuning in to SUTV. I'm Tessa Cheshire.
And I'm Hannah Clove. With our remaining minutes, please enjoy the scenery of Cedar Canyon as it transitions to winter, shot by one of our photojournalists.